The Old School is brought to you by Ahart Solutions, which provides school surveys and applied research. More information at ahartsolutions.com. And welcome to the Old School podcast about, I'm told, education. Although sometimes we hit on it, sometimes we don't. We also hit on a bunch of other stuff. But today will be about the announcement that we've teased the last couple of episodes. And we'll get around to that and everything related to social media. And with that is my good friend, Dr. Stephen Bourgeois. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Miller. Good morning. You almost ran out of breath when you said social media and you didn't really emphasize it, like you're not selling it somehow. You're just, a little bit embarrassed to say the word social media.
I'm here's the problem. I'm trying to find out how I feel about the fact that we are now on social media. And I know for everyone else listening, this is a ridiculous topic of conversation for this podcast because all of you have been on it for decades. But the problem is we haven't, and so that's why that's why it's something to talk about, at least for us. And insofar as that we're interesting to listen to, and that's debatable, then here we are.
So I'm teeing up a MySpace account and seeing if I can make any friends that way. I've been thinking about that for a long time, and I'm going to pull the trigger.
Oh dear.
So,
MySpace.
so, so what
It's
are you
like
talking
30
about?
years ago, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't that long ago. I never had an account, you see. And so,
You just trolled other people. Is that what you're doing?
but okay, so let's talk about your history because have you ever had a Facebook account?
No.
Okay, I have a Facebook account. I check it like once every 8 months, whether I need it or not, but it's there.
Well,
Um,
why have it if you don't check it?
it's really hard to get rid of. They show you try to, and they show people these these people are all sad, that you're going to be going. And but yeah, I'm
What do you
not
mean
mentioned on. I mean,
what do you mean they show people who are sad? I don't
well,
get it.
they'll have little pictures of, profile pictures of several people, and they say they're going to miss you.
They say that?
Yeah, and it's actually really hard, almost impossible. At least it was when I tried to delete it, because you have to type in all these different codes, and eventually you give up. They make it really hard to do, and then they make it really easy to re-up. You just click Facebook, and it say you're back. So,
We've been waiting for you.
yeah, and those same people are like smiling, and you don't lose. The only way to do it, and I did this once, is to individually delete every person, all of them, 100%. And they must have gone through a crisis, saying, what happened? Why am I no longer a friend? But then you build them up again. I did it twice. And people are wondering, well, why are you back again? Or who the hell are you?
Yes, I'll accept your friend request, but didn't we do this some years ago? And then didn't you defriend me? And
Yeah. Well, the part I mean, I don't like getting messages. I mean, we're talking people I knew maybe when I was teaching in the 1990s, and I don't
you
really,
don't like getting messages.
no, no, because I mean, it's like such an antiquated way now. I mean, used to, the message, people will get messages on Facebook. They're on Facebook all day. But no, I don't check it.
How do you want what is a more up-to-date way of getting a message?
Well, you have your textbook, not your textbook.
What?
You you wait for the publication. No, there's the text message is one way, but I think Instagram does messages, Twitter does. I don't know, but yeah, Facebook, I don't think that's the go-to anymore. I could be wrong. I mean, nobody uses Facebook anymore anyway. Isn't there something out of China that took its place?
So is that what you're telling me? We've now we've now signed a deal with China because we now have an Instagram account?
No, they're not Chinese. I think TikTok is, which I don't have. But I was kind of giving my history. I have Facebook. At one point I had a social media specialist create a Instagram for Ahart Solutions. I don't know how to log in, but I think I might have it. And the same, I do have a Twitter, through Ahart Solutions, I believe, but then I switched it to myself. I have one person I message on that. Um, but I need to start following people because I guess that's the whole point of that. You know,
I don't think they call it Twitter anymore. Matter of fact, everyone I hear talk about it say X, formerly Twitter, as if that's like the full name of the company now.
I, I refused to use the word X, just like I refused to call the commanders, they're the Washington Redskins, you know. So I'm never going back.
This could be the last episode of the podcast.
Oh, I have football cards from 1968, and that's who they were called then. So I'm sticking with it.
Well, I have no history with social media. I think the closest thing, and I guess in the strictest sense, it is social media, but LinkedIn. But my presence on LinkedIn is perhaps akin to your current presence of Facebook, in that I don't really interact with it. And I actually don't like it. And so it's one of those things where as soon as something came up, that as soon as like Napster, or as soon as like something else like that came up,
Start-
huh?
That's really old.
Yes. But as soon as Napster and MySpace,
Yeah.
I think I have a natural hesitation to jump on something that at the time seems like a fad. And then after a while, people are so indignant that you're not involved in it. Then I start not wanting to do it just out of principle, where I just don't want to be a part of it. And so all this culminates into us being on Instagram. Now, again, this is not news to anybody that there is something out there called Instagram, because we're 30 years too late for that. But our Instagram, is it a handle? Is that what it's called? Like your
That's
Instagram
what you use
handle or
for
name?
a CB radio as your handle.
What do they call it when you say that the name of your Instagram account is?
I don't know. It's not a hashtag. Maybe it is. I don't. Um, yeah, the whole thing is confusing. I mean, you mentioned like down on, yeah, you have to have a little bit of presence. It's a great way to, give a thumbs up to people you want to have as clients or something. But typically, it's just people posting pictures, of themselves at conferences, and it's kind of a show off thing. And then
It's a
also,
show
or blatant marketing. That's
it's a
kind
show off thing, but I also think a lot of people just treat LinkedIn like Facebook, because it seems like people are posting the same shit that I see and I hear about people posting on Facebook. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've kind of distanced from it, because it doesn't interest me. One post after another of these self-congratulatory, um uh, constantly in search of affirmation like posts that seem to dominate all the things that you'll see on it. And yes, there's also like, hey, I just got my doctorate. Hey, I was just at this conference. Look who I met. And look at this picture, and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that none of that has worth. It just doesn't have worth for me. And so, my interaction with regards to LinkedIn is it's kind of like along those lines. So all that to say that we have a new Instagram account. It is the Old School Podcast 2021. I encourage everybody to sign up and to follow us, because that's what people do nowadays. And right now, as the learning curve uh, does its arc, we will start off kind of simple, I think, with regards to what's on the Instagram account. Primarily, it's going to be just like just announcements of upcoming episodes. It's going to have some links. Then we're going to start seeing clips start to populate on the account, and all of this being done as in an effort to one, to kind of help spread the word, but to, just try to have a way of connecting with people who listen to us as well. And so both of those things are hopefully starting to take place. And you're going to see this thing out there, and it's going to, you're going to see Instagram, and who knows where it leads from here. What do you think is the end game of Instagram, of us being on Instagram? What do you think is going to happen?
Um, well, I mean, we have 9 followers now. I mean, that's getting up there, right?
Well, that's mostly people I've just told over the last week.
Oh, okay.
So
Um,
I mean, I'm very happy that they're there.
yeah, no, I love it. But we're also followed by the National Park Service. How did that happen?
They follow us.
Yeah. I
Okay.
I wonder if you're being investigated. Um,
The National Park Service.
Oh, are those the things you're following? Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, I see. There's a lot of suggestions. No, it shows who we're following. Now the followers. I see you followed all those folks. Is that what you did?
Well, see, they followed me.
Okay.
This is live coverage, by the way, of two old guys trying to figure out what Instagram means.
Okay. But that's how it's done. You follow them, and then hopefully they'll follow you, then you have followers.
Well, yeah, and so I was told. So I have, well, strangely enough, I have three actually bona fide Instagram experts, a mere phone call away, and they all tell me that what you have to do is that when they follow you, then you immediately follow them, and then it allows them to, it has your stuff then on their feed, and then everybody that they follow or that follows them, they'll see the feed, they'll see our video, and then
So, but what happens? I mean, I guess stage one, you collect followers, but then I just see like this white page. I mean, what do you get a feed on this like you do with LinkedIn?
that's my understanding. That's how this works.
We don't,
So,
we don't see anything there.
well, see, I'm looking at it now, and I do see a feed, as it were.
Oh,
I see advertisements by what's the first advertisement I see is healthcare.gov. We don't sponsor this. This is not our thing, but if you need healthcare, then apparently that's the place to go.
well, I think
And
we need
so, but it,
we need help figuring out what to do with this thing.
well, that's what I'm in the process of doing, because
Okay.
waiting for you is like waiting for the bus. So I'm just going to go ahead, and we put this thing out there, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll start out with just announcements, reels, as the
Oh,
Instagram crowd
there you
says,
go. Okay.
and then we'll be doing clips and things of that nature.
Okay. So we have content galore. You
Well,
know what would
yeah.
be fun is we have video of all of our podcasts as well. No one knows this, but I'm revealing it. So we could make our reels, seeing us sitting here in our sweatsuits and you with your hair all messed up and just you just woke up or whatever.
You drunk, hungover, eating fried egg sandwiches.
Nobody knows that you have a new beard, Hair Miller. You just grew it this morning. I don't know how you did it.
You're saying you're trying to be, did Conan O'Brien say he's trying to be like Wolf Blitzer, who grows a new beard every day or something like that? Or
Did you see that? That's pretty funny. That was a great thing. Okay, so that's one thing about Instagram. The other is that it potentially allows our listeners to make comments. Is that what you were thinking as well?
well, as I understand it, that you can make a comment. There's messages. There's a message function. Um, Now I have not asked for notifications to be turned on, but I mean, but outside of that, you can message us, and you can say that, for example, Steve sucks. He's not that funny.
What are you
I
talking?
always thought Ross was the more talented of the two. You could send messages like that,
Like a cheap shot right there.
and or you could say stuff like, you know what you guys really should talk about, and then it'll be something like Trump or Obama or Biden or Hitler or something along those lines. So
That's really taking a low look at our listenership. Um, I think they should, yeah, they can do it though, and we may take a suggestion, maybe one in 100. You think?
it could be
Um,
because we have smart people that listen to it.
that's true. Yeah, particularly because these are no longer anonymous. They're out of the shadows, so we know them. So if, people we know and respect suggest it, we'll probably be pretty likely to do it.
You think so?
Oh, and then we could invite them. This is what we do. They make the suggestion, and we'll say, "That's a fantastic topic. I think you would add a lot to it if you'd be a guest. What do you think?"
Are we going to like raffle this stuff off, or what do we?
No, it's not a
Maybe
raffle,
get
but
money,
I'm
or
talking about I mean, we have some really high-powered, smart, intellectual type people, and they make a suggestion. I think it could also help us recruit people because we don't really know who our listeners are.
we're about to.
Yeah, yeah. So we could potential, who knows, who's out there. So it'll take everybody out of the shadows. I think that's what you're getting at. You really thought this through here, Miller.
Well, it was not a knee-jerk response because that would suggest an immediate action followed by an immediate stimuli, but no. I mean, the thought of the idea was is that we will never be able to grow to the point that we want to without this blankety blank social media as a part of the equation.
Okay, so this is a we're taking a big step. Eventually, we'll also put our show on YouTube, which is another way to get feedback, as they have the comments potentially, but you tend to grow faster with that probably than what we're doing now. I don't know. But I think we've plateaued with our listenership. Is that have you noticed that?
Well, I mean, I think, yeah, I think we have plateaued to a degree, and so I think this is part of the reason for getting onto Instagram is to try to find a way to kind of jumpstart and kick off that, you know, new listeners, new ideas. It's going to be great.
Okay. Wow. I'm getting all kinds of ideas now. I'm starting to percolate here, Miller. This is good stuff.
But here's the question, though:
Yeah.
are you ready for the fame that is sure to come our way once we become adept at Instagram?
I think it's all part of the master plan because our goal in life, I could consider doing this and run my business is that we travel around and do our podcast, maybe a video version of it, and we visit all these great places and tell all kinds of jokes, and yeah, so the
Maybe, maybe we will become influencers.
who are you going to influence here, Miller?
Hopefully, a lot of people. So
The
the idea,
influencers, they need to be probably in their 20s and way good looking, and not us. Typically, you don't see.
can't tell me that there's not a demographic out there that is interested in an influencer who is gray, slightly pudgy, but very smart and charming and funny.
You're talking about had me, but then not the pudgy thing. Uh,
You've had periods of pudginess.
I know I've gotten better. I'm, I'm in my prime again. Um, yeah, we're probably really big at old folks' homes, and which technically, at
We could do
least
a
I think
tour. We could do a tour of old folks' homes.
this is really bad. And from Instagram to old folks' homes.
Not saying that that's a natural conclusion to go from Instagram to old folks' homes, but
Okay, but we're going to do this. Now, a lot of people get on all social media at once. There's a way to post to every one of them with one click. One post goes everywhere.
I'm not doing that.
So what do you have? I mean, Facebook, yes, you don't want to have like your old students or whatever, start calling you Ross and sending posts to you, but you can have a business account. The old school can be just what it is. And so we could post on Instagram, Twitter, all of them at once and expand the listenership.
I think posting looks different on the different formats, though, doesn't it?
Well, I think in Twitter the background's black. Uh,
What?
or X, I guess we'll call it. Um, but other than that, it's the post is the post. It doesn't really change. It doesn't like spin around and talk backwards or something.
No, no, no. Right now, we'll stick with Instagram because Lord knows the learning curve is steep enough as it is. I don't need to be mixing in Twitter, formerly or X, formerly Twitter, or Facebook, or MySpace, or whatever hell else we were supposed to be doing here. So
Uh,
let's just figure out the complexities of Instagram first, and then
okay.
we can figure out other stuff. You know, YouTube is going to be a big change.
Um,
And
okay.
I don't like the idea of YouTube either because I kind of like the idea that some of the people that listen to this podcast don't know what we look like.
Know what that.
Don't you ever remember? I don't know if you were like this, but I grew up as a child of radio. And I remember there's a kind of a weird juxtaposition when you finally see the face behind the voice that you've been listening to all these years. And so I grew up in the Baltimore area. And so Scott Shannon, the Grease Man, Don Imus from New York. If you catch the ionosphere just right, there was a lot of big names that you could listen to when I was a kid. And I remember the first time you would ever see the person behind the voice, it didn't seem real. It looked like some sort of like someone was putting a voice onto a person, but it wasn't the real person. I kind of like the mystery, and that's why I think I've always liked radio. The idea of just this disembodied voice with not necessarily a face to go with it.
Well, you think we're anonymous, but if I just did this little test. You type the three words: Ross, Miller, old school. That's four words.
Okay.
And your profile comes up and they see your picture right there, bigger than life, right there. So to say you're anonymous is it's sort of silly because and all they need is a name and then they can see you.
Well, yes, but I don't know. I like the illusion that I am anonymous.
Okay. Well, we can preserve
Screw
that,
it.
or we can.
We'll do YouTube. Fine.
Oh, that okay. Now I'm a sales guy, so now I don't press anymore because I've already made the sale. Good, good, good going. And I'm gonna spend a little time on Instagram and figure it out. I'm talking like I'm a low tech person. I'm dealing with some pretty heavy tech applications all day, and I can figure this out, and I can work with you together, and we will turn this into a really active Instagram page. We'll have a vibrant conversation with the public. We'll grow our audience. We're going to do it here, Miller. I thought it
Yeah.
was, fun to talk this through, and you're kind of playing the Luddite a little bit, but you're also a visionary. You saw that we need something to push the envelope a little bit, and so you stepped out of your comfort zone. So I'm impressed.
Well, yes, it, but it is an interest to want to try to get more people to hear these ideas and see what they think, and and not all of our episodes are filled with profound ideas. Sometimes they're just funny observations, or maybe not even funny. These could be sincere, but still interesting observations about things that we're seeing in other areas. But the idea of being able to get that further out, I think would be kind of fun to do. And so that's what we're aiming to do here with the Instagram account. That's why we started it, and hopefully, the people that are listening to this find a reason to kind of join us in this journey. Join us on Instagram at the Old School Podcast 2021. And hopefully from there on out, we can. I think it's gonna, it's gonna be a little bit like if it works. It's like Jefferson once talked about, trying to hold a tiger by its tail. The idea that it's going to be a wild ride. I think, nevertheless. But
Well, do you know where the chat feature is in this Zoom we have?
yes,
Okay. Here's the picture that came up when I searched um, Ross Miller. Are you seeing it?
with my LinkedIn page.
No, I just chatted to you in our Zoom. We're having a Zoom meeting, so go to the chat in the Zoom.
Yeah, it just says a link. It says a LinkedIn link.
Yeah, but yeah, click on it because I
I
was.
did.
And do you have a picture?
No, it just is it's a sign on page, a login page.
Oh, you're supposed to be always logged in. We need to work on that. Uh, but it
Am I
was a
supposed to be
picture of
always
a.
logged in on Instagram too, or
No, I don't know, but I mean the thing is, if you have it set that way, you'll see a very good-looking black man in a suit when Ross Miller came up. So maybe you could go with that, you know?
listen, let me tell you something. There's a lot of good-looking men named Ross Miller. I don't want to, make blanket statements here, but I can't help but think that the name itself carries with it a certain gravitas and, dare I say, debonairness, if that's a word.
And I'm noticing also there's someone named Barbara Ross Miller, so it's used as a middle name and a last name as well for females. So who
Well,
knows? There's a lot of
Catherine Ross.
well, yeah, of course.
So it's not a huge leap to suggest that Ross could be used as like a middle name.
Catherine Ross was her last name. I don't understand.
Yeah, but you could do like the hyphenated thing, Catherine Ross Armstrong or something like that. You don't know. I'm just saying that that the name carries with it a lot of
Gravitas.
gravitas.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
And Instagram most certainly will amplify that gravitas and charm and debonairness, if that's a word again. So
We're going to put pictures on that. That's the first thing I'm going to do because I think I have administrative rights. Is that true?
I don't think so.
You need to hand it over here, Miller. As
We have a picture. We have the old school logo on the Instagram
no, I'm gonna have a
thing.
picture of you with your new beard, and then your new beard tomorrow when you shave and it grows by lunchtime.
See if I can be like Wolf Blitzer and just grow a new beard every day.
I mean, the man's name is Wolf. What do you expect?
Jeez almighty. All right. Well, this is it. This is what we came on to do, was to tell you a little bit about the Instagram page, what we hope to get from it, and what we hope to accomplish as a result of it. So a little bit of shorter episode today, but
Oh, it can drag on a little. Do you have a link to this Instagram that's going to go in the description of this podcast?
sure.
Sure. Because you end a pitch with a ask. You have to ask. Just have to.
No,
So,
there will be a link in the description of the episode that will take you to our Instagram page. But uh, yeah, so it'll be there.
but then the ask, you didn't do the ask yet. The ask is not just to click on the page, but they have to do one other thing.
They have to follow us, right?
There you go. That's what we
And they
want.
have to like and subscribe, right?
Yeah, so that they can get notifications every time we have an episode. That's actually really important because we've been here or there. Suddenly they're going to get a notification on their Instagram that new episode. Because right now they have to search for it. It could be Monday, it could be Tuesday, it may not be this week. This is going to clean that up. So yeah, like, subscribe, follow.
Like, subscribe, and follow the Old School Podcast 2021 at an Instagram account near you. Uh, no?
No, that would be something, you know how we have that cool intro at the beginning with you
Yes.
talking in your radio voice, which was just perfect. Do that at the very end, you know, at the end, and that way you end with the ask every
All
time,
right.
every week. You don't have to do it new.
All right. So we're big changes happening here at the Old School Podcast.
we're gonna get 10,000 listeners
Whoa,
every week.
whoa.
So,
Okay.
no, you set a goal and you make it happen.
Like right away?
No, that's our goal for this year. Not 10,000 in the year, but we eventually want to get to that many weekly listeners.
All right.
It's an exponential type thing with social media.
So what we're doing here, folks, is we are visualizing success. We are
Yep.
putting a name to our goals,
Right.
and we're saying that we want 10,000 listeners per week
Hmm.
of our podcast
That's it.
by
And they'll
the end
spread
of by the end of this year.
that's right. And they'll spread the word. They'll help us make that goal. The audience is the key in all of this because you can share things on these social media with their whole network, and they don't have 9 followers. They may have 900. So the potential is there. We have the
Our
tools to do
listeners
it.
are much more popular than we are.
Yeah, for sure.
And so they'll be able to send it out to about and everybody.
Hmm.
Who knows? Maybe famous people will hear our podcast.
All it takes, just one person.
Just
Uh,
one famous person, and then Bob's your uncle.
we're funny as hell here, Miller.
You can be.
Yeah, there are times we've had moments.
All right. So, like, subscribe, follow, do whatever else you feel the need to do. But we're going to Instagram. Link to the Instagram thing is in the listen, don't pay attention to the fact that I don't know the right verbiage. This is a new world and I don't know this world and I don't know the words and the vocabulary of this world. But you know what I mean?
There, you did it. But there's a
Did it.
fourth. There's a fourth.
There's a fourth.
It's share.
Share. Yes. Please share.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. So thank you for
Yes.
listening to this rambling mess of a podcast
I loved it.
episode on social media and our very fascinating, soon to be riveting Instagram accounts. Thanks to your efforts to like, share, follow. Did it?
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think they need to
And listen. So
well, yeah, and then and subscribe
subscribe.
and listen. So we've added 5. Let's quit while we're behind here, Miller.
We're going to come up with 10 words by the time this is all said and
Yeah,
done with.
it's going to be a nauseating list.
So, anyway, all right, very good. With that, we shall say adieu. Herr Dr. Bourgeois.
Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Miller.